Okay, so they just passed the brawl bill. The governor just signed it.
Yes.
It was kind of born out of here in Gloucester Township because of what happened last year. What did you see last year as far as how the event escalated?
Yeah, we saw an event that we've had for almost 40 years. Turned suddenly with a bunch of unruly young adults and juveniles that came from out of the area, and really changed and made it a dangerous event, violent for the officers. They kind of took over a good portion of this field. They weren't here to have a good time. They were here to cause trouble. And, we had to have a large police response. There was lawlessness, disrespect for law enforcement, and all those families that were here to enjoy a community event that we've had here. There was a drone show going on, and it quickly became just reckless and lawless.
Yeah. And the event had to be postponed indefinitely, I believe is the term at this point this year, because of that too, because more threats were. You guys are on top of that, it seems like.
Yeah, so made us aware to monitor the event that was supposed to occur this year, even with modifications of time changes, getting over early. We started to see people talking. The town would advertise for the event like they normally would do, and that got hijacked by people who went on their social media saying that they were going to come here and cause all kinds of trouble. And so we had to make the decision where we're not going to take the chance of putting the community at harm or officers, and we decided to postpone the event for the safety of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe, as the bill was going through the State House, you spoke a couple times about it, right? What did you tell the, New Jersey legislators about why this could be necessary?
Yeah, I told them basically what we experienced here, and how that the law, it wasn't just a simple assault. It didn't fit the legal definition of a riot. It was somewhere in between of disorderly conduct and riot. But there was a big gap in what the law was calling for is what we're having. And so that's why this public brawling bill was brought about by the legislators here in the 4th Legislative District. They spoke to me at length, got my input, and came up with the law that was just passed today.
What's the hope going forward with this law in effect?
Our hope is that it gives us another tool, that it sends a message to young people that this lawlessness is not going to be tolerated. We need to start holding people accountable, parents accountable for the way that their young people and children are acting. They're ruining community events. They're ruining our good times down at the shore because they are just going there to cause trouble. And that needs to get under control. It's like nothing that I've seen in my career, and we need to do something to get this under control.
Okay, the next step, there are 2 more bills. One of them addresses parents. It would fine parents up to $1,000 if their kids are participating. What do you think about that?
I'm all in favor of that. We have to hold parents accountable. They have to know where their children and what they're doing. They have to ask the questions. I know my parents did when I was coming up, and they knew where I was going and who I was going with. And we need to get back to that to get things under control, because it's terrible that these community events just can't happen. A lot of good came from them. Ours is a fundraiser, and this lawlessness just needs to stop.
Any hope of it happening at all this year?
To my knowledge, at this time, we don't have anything scheduled. We're trying to come up with some other ideas, changing the way that we do this, because it was a fundraiser for our scholarship committee, and we're working on coming up with some solutions to that.